The title's not clickbait. I actually did change my listings to 100% promoted listings on eBay, and I'm going to show you and talk to you all about it on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy, and as I said on the other side of the intro, I recently changed my listings to 100% promoted listings. Now, didn't do the whole store, so don't freak out on me. I did 3 items. Okay, 3 items that have been in my store a long time, and yes, I realize what is going on here. Okay, 100% promoted listings pretty much means, or it actually means, that 100% of the proceeds that I would make from the sale are going to be in eBay's pocket. Okay, and of course I'm going to be footing the bill to ship this item or these 3 items anywhere in the United States. I have it set up for domestic, and if it happens to be international, then I have to ship international. And of course, as you guys remember, as of June of this year, eBay takes that percentage of promoted listings off of the entire thing. We're talking off of the taxes the buyer pays, off of the end price of the item, and off of the shipping that they would pay. In this case, I think I had a couple items that have shipping that the buyer would pay. So it's all on me. Now, you might ask yourself, why in the heck would you do this? And the reason is simple for me, okay? I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to understand how eBay's promoted listings are set up. Now, we could talk about it. We can theorize all we want. But because there's no rule book or no playbook that eBay puts out, we have to put out trial and error. And I have not heard of anyone who's gone to that extreme. And I like to deal with extremes. When I'm trying out something, when I'm testing out something, like you get that brand new car, you want to see how fast it drives. But in this case, I'm just trying to see what the extreme would be. And if that means I'm out like 40, 50 bucks just to find out and learn, then that's what it means. Now, I'm making this video as I go, so I have no idea what's going to happen. I am simply listing 3 items, a Sony MDR open box in like a new condition pair of headphones that I actually have 2 of, and so I tweaked the title to where I'm actually still selling both pairs. One pair I'm selling about the same price. I think I lowered it even more than it was. I kept the promoted rate the same for that one, and then I created a new listing for the new pair of Sony, or the same pair of Sony headphones, gave it a higher price, $24.99, and kept pretty much everything the same except for the title was tweaked and it's 100% promoted. I did that also for a pair of jeans, and I also did it for an old lot of dumbbells. They're not old, they're new, but they have no packaging, and I've been sitting on these for the longest time. Don't ask me why I didn't get rid of them and just put them in my liquidation pile, but they're there, they've been in my store. I thought this would be a kind of a perfect item. So what I did was I went through, I made these changes, and I immediately went into a fresh browser, one that I've cleared all the cache and cookies, one I never use. I don't use the Microsoft browser. I only use Chrome exclusively. And I went in there, and without signing in to my account, I just did an eBay search, and I found some results that were kind of shocking. As of this particular part of the video, and this is going to be filmed over a couple days or a few days, I don't even know how long this is going to take. Hopefully I can report what my findings are. I'm hoping to sell these items quickly. That would tell me that the higher you go, the faster your items are going to sell. I may try other videos where we taper them down to like maybe 50%, 25%, but I just want to see how fast these will sell at 100%. Now, if they don't sell here in a few days, I'm going to report to you guys. I'm going to end the listings, and I'm probably especially those dumbbells, just going to take them off my store. But I want to see what happens. So just simply 2-pound dumbbells is all I'm going to type in the search here. And scroll down, 100% promoted. So where are these at? Okay, so we're at $19.89 plus $9.99 shipping, and we're like at 10 down from the top. So what makes these any better? And do you really think that any of these are at 100% promoted listings? Even if they're using promoted listings advanced, I'm using 100%, so why would these be any better than my list? Now we're going to do the jeans. So I'm not going to copy and paste, but this time I'm just going to type it in. Yes, we use the title, the 526 jeans wear men's jeans is what we're going to type in. It's not an optimized title in any way, shape, or form, but you can see my jeans pop right up as the first option. Now I don't quite like this view. I'd rather see the list view, so I'll click on that just so I can get a better understanding of what's going on here. So I'm right at the top like I thought, $29.99, $6.99 shipping. And what happens if I just type in men's jeans though? What'll happen here? So I do a search, men's jeans, and I don't see my jeans. I don't see the 526 jeans wear jeans. And scrolling down on page 1, scrolling down. This is at 100% promoted, so I'm not seeing my jeans anywhere on page 1. So I'm going to go into this browser and I'm going to search. I did a copy paste for the headphones, and this is what happens. Now as you can see, my 100% listing comes up second, right? Not first, but second. Now what's strange is the first listing doesn't even have Sony in the title, doesn't have anything that I've typed in the title, as you can see there. So why is this popping up at the top? I don't understand. That's very strange. They couldn't have outbid me 100% unless they are doing the advanced. So go down, you can see the other listing that I created with just the recommended promoted rates is at $17.99. It's a lower price. I set it at, and it's like 7th in the slot, and it's getting that new listing boost. But I'm just trying to figure out why my listing is not at the top. So that was pretty interesting to me. You know, with the headphones, you had the 100% promoted listing, Sony headphones. They were second in search to an item that wasn't even a Sony pair of headphones. I'm at 100%. There's no reason why I shouldn't be at the top. So it doesn't make sense there. And then the item that I had like $7 lower was like 7 spots down further, and that was at a cheaper price. And I can tell you by looking at the stats after the fact that the lower priced at the suggested rate got more click-through than the 100% promoted rate that was in the second slot, mainly because of the price, I suppose. Had a lot of impressions, had 10x impressions as what it was getting before I did this experiment. So that's pretty telling. As far as the jeans, as you can see, they're up at the top of the search. If I use that off-brand name, 526 Jeanswear, I've never heard of that brand before. And most people aren't going to be using that brand to search for the item, okay? Of course it's going to pop up at the top, 100%, and I'm using that term in the search. When I went to men's jeans, though, okay, men's jeans was in the listing, it didn't even pop up on page 1. And that boggles my mind that it didn't even get page 1, because I'm offering eBay 100% promoted. I'm offering them the entire proceeds of this sale, plus the fees I have to pay on top of that. And they didn't see between their algorithm and the promoted listings, the way it's set up, they didn't see the urgency to put that listing on the top of page 1. And I honestly doubt there's many people at all. I'm probably the only person on eBay other than someone else who's trying an experiment that's using 100% promoted. So why did my jeans not pop up at least somewhere at page 1? I'm not even asking for the top slot, but it just, I don't know. I don't understand why that happened the way it did. Now the dumbbells, that's a dog item. Let me just say this. There's a reason why it's been sitting on my shelf for so long, okay? And no matter what. 100% promoted here, eBay, take all of it, okay? It basically just sat there, okay? Got more impressions. eBay was trying. They tried to push it in front of the buyer's eyes. I don't blame eBay for it on that particular item. It still wasn't placed really as high as I thought it would be. It was something that should have been placed higher, I think. But I can tell you got a lot of views, and it still didn't get any interest. Didn't even get any clicks. So what does that tell you? When you have an item like that, it's time to get rid of it. Okay. So what's the takeaway here? Well, for me, the takeaway is this. It was a valuable experiment. Number one, do not promote your listings at 100%. Okay. It was a fun little experiment. It makes no sense at all. Maybe if you're trying to run an experiment, but hopefully I did that for you here. I learned a lot in this experiment in that promoted listings, I think, are overhyped. Now, I'm not saying don't use promoted listings. I think there's a smart way to use it. I think that there's important aspects that go into the results of an eBay search. Now, we're just talking about best match search. You have educated buyers who know how to search by price. Let's ignore those folks for a minute. Anything I tell you at this point won't change that outcome if you have the lowest price already, if they're searching by lowest price. What I'm talking about is best match search. So eBay is set up. They have the Cassini algorithm, okay? A couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, they introduced promoted listings, right? And they integrate the two. Promoted listings didn't take over the best match search. I think it kind of enhanced it. So I think sort of the impression is, you know, if you promote the heck out of your listing, you're eventually going to sell your item. And I really think that's a misconception based on my research. You have to have good titles. And I'm really thinking that your titles is where it's at, number one. And I'm going through all my listings right now. I'm going to make another video on that to tell you exactly what I'm talking about. But I think, like in the case with the jeans, nobody's searching for 526 jeanswear, okay? I just don't think that they are. And when I took that out, my jeans weren't anywhere to be found. So that should tell you something, right? Your photos are very important. Your price is very important. Look what happened with the Sony headphones that I had at $17.99 at the suggested rate, as compared to the 100% promoted at $24.99. It wasn't that far off as far as the placement in search. So that in itself was really telling to me. And of course, if you're dealing with just dog items, guys, look at your numbers. If you're listing an item and you've done everything you can to sell that item and it's still not getting any page views, getting some impressions maybe because you're upping your promoted listing rates, eBay's trying to get that item in front of potential buyers, but you're not getting page views, and of course, no page views, you're not getting sales, then you really need to think about taking that item down off of your store. Because I can tell you this, embedded deeply within eBay's algorithm, Cassini, it's actually taking into account your entire store's sell-through rate, okay? And for every item that you have sitting there that may be drawing impressions, but no interest from the customer, and I'm talking no page views, and of course, as a translation of that, no sales, it is bringing down your entire store, okay? And I'm guilty of that, and I've found out through this experiment, it's an eye-opener for me, looking at some of these numbers. Now, I was going to go through and show you screenshots of all the numbers for each comparison, the before and after. Let me just tell you this, guys, and I'll break it down in a nutshell without boring you guys to death. The 100% promoted listings got me a lot more impressions, like 10x, 10 times the impressions that I was getting with just the suggested rate on these listings, okay? That's a lot more impressions. And I suppose you could go maybe as high as, say, 15, maybe 20% if you really have a lot of room to work with. Don't go any higher than that, in my opinion. I think it's a waste, okay? And maybe even beyond 10% is a waste. eBay is going to do what they can to really get your item in front of a lot of people's eyes. Okay, and that's important. They're providing more traffic, more opportunities. But if you don't have the price, if you don't have a quality photo for that to catch their eye, if you don't have a quality item, okay, something that's in demand, no amount of promoted listings is going to help you, as you saw in my situation. Like the Sony headphones, may be popular, but I didn't have the right price to go with it. I'm sure if I would have had 100% with the $17.99, someone would have bought those. It's probably the lowest grade headphones that Sony offers, but there's still a demand for that product. So guys, I really want to know what you think. This was a kind of a tough video to make. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this. Going forward, I am going to be more aggressive with promoted listing rates, but I'm going to treat it as just another component of the Cassini algorithm. So to me, I think the title is the most important thing that you can fix in your listings, followed by a quality photo, followed by a competitive promoted listing percentage. So if they're asking you for 7, maybe if you have it within your margins and you can make it work, go with 7. Okay, the folks that are promoting the listings, that's going to be an edge that you're going to have over your competition. And as you can see, it will get more views or at least impressions on your items. And that's all eBay can do. They can't force the buyer to click on your listing and give you a page view. If your item isn't interesting, no one's going to click on it. Also very close in that equation is your price, because your price, you know, is going to make a huge difference when it comes to them even deciding if they want to click on your item. So do me a favor, guys, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed this content, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, because we do things like this all the time, and of course hit that notification bell so that you can be notified next time we make a video, or even when we go live, which is quite often these days. Real quick, wanted to show this to you. It's about promoted listings, and you guys recall maybe I think a year and a half ago, it used to be that if you promoted your listings, eBay would show your listing twice. I think it was like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. eBay would show a listing that would say sponsored, usually higher, right? And your organic listing would also appear, so you'd actually have the same item listed twice, right? And that was sort of the edge. You promote your listing, eBay is going to show it a second time. Now, they said that they did away with that, but today I was just searching my titles, because I'm working on my titles, and you know, I'm showing this right to you right now, and as you can see, it's showing me that they're showing this particular item twice in the same search, one as sponsored, one not. And that's not the way it's supposed to work. You're only supposed to be shown once. Why is that? So it's a thing. It's still happening. Now, is this category specific? Is this across the board? Is there something funny going on? I don't know. Have you guys seen it? Comment down below. Let me know. But I thought that, wow, I thought this went away. Thought I'd share it with you guys since we're on the topic of promoted listings. So guys, let me just say this. I'm not crazy. Never going to do 100% promoted listings, and neither should you. You should be competitive and treat it as an important component in eBay search, just as you would a title, okay? So you need to take it seriously. Don't camp out with the 2%ers, because if you want to sit at the bottom, if you want to be at the bottom, 2% is the bottom as far as promoted listing is concerned, and you don't want to be at the bottom. You want to be up higher. And whether that's 3%, 4%, 5%, only you can figure that out. And deciding where you're going to put your items as it relates to promoted listings is just yet another example of how flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your week, and I will talk to you very soon.